I'm a millennial, analog alongside digital. And one thing I've learned throughout my time is that age is not wisdom. Often, it's just bitterness disguised as a call to nostalgic times. A powerful ally of ours to help us face the final boat ride that we'll need 2 gold coins for. But as we know, we can't recreate the past, though many have tried. No, nothing is a birthright, even amongst the gods themselves. Power is earned through daring and luck. But being early is also helpful. Zeus had arrived early that day to the meeting place long before his older brothers, so he could set the stage before, as they would divvy up the pie. Here on this day, they would claim dominion over their chosen lot, where they would reign until their end time. They would draw straws, but clever Lord Lightning would be the one to hold them. Holding all the cards would be a good thing in this game. This does not always apply. Hades would have the underworld, and Poseidon the blue water. Clever upstart Zeus, though, he would choose the sky, and on the surface, it was just that. Of course, he also got the land as well, no big deal. And all without ever really even to ask for it. He would get to move both heaven and earth, and from there, he'd take the crown of the court. The lesson here is simply that age does not equate wisdom, but being prepared pays off in the end. Welcome or welcome back. I'm CJ the Vlogger with a quick reminder to keep content human and that don't like or sub to anyone that's not earning that vote. Okay, so in psychology, I spent 13 years in undergrad, ADHD before being medicated. Van Wilder was adapted from my life. More hours than a doctor, with about as much student debt loan to match. I am a general studies major, triple minor in anthropology, history, and psych. So then, in psych, we do this thing called the attribution error. In a nutshell, we try to give human needs to animals or things to try to make them easier for us to understand. I want to be crystal here. AI is not sentient. But many a man are sent to the underworld by things that are not. Ever heard of lightning? Or a drone? Or a nuke? Speaking of old men in the sea, the current American president is making the same mistake that comes with age. I know what's best because I'm older. It really does tend to be arrogance though, huh? If left unchecked. Ego death can quickly lead to real death. You know, to the boys and girls far from home that thought they were getting involved in a foreign policy that made some type of sense. Madmen indeed. Shout out to Project Freedom for guiding ships to where they need to be. Oh, it's paused? That was quick. Project just a name for nothing left to lose might be a better fit. Epic Fury and Midnight Hammer would like a word. It's a good thing we'd know if our leader really was a mad king though, right? Right? Okay, so I don't see good options here. The longer we stay, the costs go up until we leave or win. We leave and we make them stronger than before. It's almost as if they got there first and now hold some leverage. Beyond that is the age-old fact we keep failing to understand here, that just because we took the air, the ground notwithstanding here, because we have not taken that, that the sea itself isn't just a spot of blue on the map. It's an entire realm unto itself, and one that asks an increased tax on the daily. You know, like our fuel and our patience. Real quick on the ballroom. $1 billion really isn't that much. That's only like 500K a nut. Man spreading his back, I guess. Not getting me toot here, or me threed. Don't call it a comeback. So then, back to our pantheon of the possible. The youngest of them would wield the most power. Fortune favored and whatnot, but he would not be able to rule without working in cohort with the entire court. Lightning Lord would learn all of this in due course. But that's a tale for another time. Heavy as the head and all that. Also, only a foolish leader would think they alone are the only one that matters. or that their reign would never end. Even the divine are on borrowed clock. The wind can carry a storm, but the cold water is that which gives it life. The ground is where death departs, and across the river, where we all arrive, never early or late, the final curtain call for us all. Well, that about wraps up this one. Thanks for your time. Get good rest. Remember to hydrate. Consume something green if you can. Make good choices. And don't die. Those older than you aren't wiser by default. If anything, they're much slower.